Hello everyone. Our today's topic is quite diverse in nature because in our today's topic I am going to discuss that why Bay of Bengal is very much prone to the occurrence of cyclone. Not only that, why there is a diversification in the movement of the cyclones over this Bay of Bengal part. So if I simply identify this area is basically the Andaman and the Nicobar Island. And in between the Andaman and the Nicobar Island, or you may also say that the surrounding sea is known as Andaman Sea. Surrounding sea is known as the Andaman Sea. And that Andaman Sea is basically a landlocked area. And because of this landlocked nature of the sea, this Andaman Sea, that is very much prone to the occurrence of the tropical cyclone. Why I am saying this is tropical cyclone? Because this cyclone is being originated in the tropical belt. It means within the area from 8 degree north to 23 degree north, within that area, this cyclone is generating on the water body. So it is known as the tropical cyclone. And the other reason is that because of the very high temperature, there is a generation of the low pressure system over this Andaman Sea. So there are two important reasons. One is the high temperature I have mentioned earlier. One is the high temperature. Along with there is a landlocked nature of the sea. Which sea? It is the Andaman Sea. So because of this landlocked nature and because of this high temperature, the low pressure system originates near this Andaman Sea. Near this Andaman Sea. Now, after the origination of the cyclone, say for example, this is the low pressure system. When the cyclone is moving towards the Indian coastal line, because of the rotation of the earth, the movement of the cyclone will be towards the western direction. It is because of the rotation of the earth on its axis. Now, whenever if there is a generation of the low pressure system, and when this low pressure system is moving towards the coastal land of India, this low pressure system will be intensified. Intensified means there will be further fall of the pressure. So whenever there will be further fall of pressure, this low pressure will be converted to depression. This low pressure will be converted to depression, which is indicated by the letter capital D. And when this depression is further intensified because of the fall of pressure, this fall of pressure is possible because of the higher sea surface temperature. It means the higher temperature of the water body. So this depression is converted to deep depression, DD. And whenever this DD is further approaching towards the land surface, this DD may convert to cyclonic storm, which is indicating by the letter CS, cyclonic storm. And further intensification of the pressure may lead to the formation of the severe cyclonic storm. It is indicated by the term SCS, severe cyclonic storm. Now, if I go to a further detailed discussion, if I says that there is a low pressure, say for example that the isobaric value of the low pressure is, say for example, 990. Say for example the isobaric value is 990. Now, whenever this low pressure is approaching towards the land surface, as I stated earlier, the low pressure will be converted to depression. Now, in that case, the isobaric pressure value will fall. It means when the isobaric pressure value falls, it means there is a term intensification of pressure. So, isobaric value may fall like this, maybe 988, maybe 986, maybe 984. So there will be a fall of the isobaric value. So the fall of this isobaric value is indicating that there is a fall in the pressure. Now this depression, whenever it is converted to DD, maybe the isobaric pressure value become 984 or 980. It means whatever the value is, actually the value will be declining in the forwarding stages. It means from the low pressure, the value has fallen to 988 for the depression. The value has been further reduced to 980 for deep depression. And in the case of the cyclonic storm, maybe the value is 970. And the severe cyclonic storm, maybe the value is 960. So This diagram is indicating that in the each and every stage there is a fall of isovaric van. Now there is another question. The question is that what is the movement of this cyclonic storm? It means in which direction this cyclonic storm will move. The movement of this cyclonic storm will be determined by the sea surface temperature. It means we have heard that the cyclonic storms are continuously changing its directions after it's originating from the Andaman Sea. It means whenever it is originating from the Andaman Sea, it may change to its direction to this way. It may affect the coastal areas of Andhra Pradesh. It may affect the coastal areas of Odisha. It may affect the coastal areas of West Bengal or maybe Bangladesh. Or it may affect the coastal areas of Myanmar as well. So my question is why this cyclonic storm is continuously changing its direction. That changing of the direction is being motivated because of the sea surface temperature. As we all know that for the origination of the cyclone, we need the temperature of 27 degrees C or more. So that is the threshold value. If the sea surface temperature value is found to be more than 27 degrees C, it will be very much ideal for the formation of this tropical cyclone. So suppose if near the Andaman Sea the temperature value is 30 degree, because it is crossing the value of 27 degrees C. So this temperature will be ideal for the formation of the tropical cyclone. Now, this cyclone is moving towards the west. Say, for example, if I write the fictitious values of the sea surface temperature, suppose these are the sea surface temperature values. These are the sea surface temperature values, say, for example. Now, my question is if there are so diverse sea surface temperature values, so in which direction the cyclone will move? From 30-degree temperature, if the cyclone is moving towards the west because of the rotation of the earth on its axis, now the cyclone has three way. One is the cyclone may move towards the 29 degree C. The cyclone may move 28 degree C. The cyclone may move 27 degree C. Because in all these cases, the temperature value is either 27 degree C or it is more than 27 degree C. So the cyclone may move either towards this direction, 29 degree C, maybe towards 28 degree C, maybe towards 27 degree C. But we have to observe that in which direction the sea surface temperature value is maximum. It means so the cyclone will move towards the 29 degree C because here the sea surface temperature value is maximum compared to 28 and 27. Now in which direction the cyclone will move? Because here the value is 29, here the value is 30, here the value is 31. 30 is located closer to 29. So the cyclone will move towards 30. Why not 29? Because compared to 29, 30 is bearing the higher number. So the cyclone is moving towards 30. Now the question is from this 30, in which direction the cyclone will move? The cyclone has three choices 33, 31, and 34. Compared to these three numbers, 34 is bearing the higher. So the cyclone will move towards 34. After reaching to 34, there are three values 32, 28, and 29. So compared to these three values, 32 is bearing the higher number. So the cyclone will move towards 32. Now it is going to affect the coastal areas of adjoining provinces of Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. So just look at the direction of the cyclone. Just look at the direction of the cyclone. So the cyclone has continuously changed its direction, and this changing of the direction has been modified or motivated by the sea surface temperature. So the sea surface temperature is a determining factor for the movement of the cyclone. Now, I am going to discuss another very important thing. We have heard that the coastal areas of India, except Tamil Nadu part, because Tamil Nadu is located very much close to equator, so Tamil Nadu is to some extent safe from the point of view of the cyclone hazard. Now, from Andhra Pradesh onwards up to the Myanmar coast, this Indian subcontinent is very much dangerous from the point of view of the cyclonic hazard. Now, my question is, from the Andhra Pradesh up to Myanmar, which part of the Indian subcontinent coastal areas are prone to the cyclonic hazard? Remember, if you go through the coastal areas of Andhra Pradesh and go through the coastal areas of Orissa, these are formed by the Eastern Ghat mountain ranges. These are formed by the Eastern Ghat mountain ranges. So, automatically, the geological character of the Andhra Pradesh, the geological character of Orissa are motivated by the rocky topography. And these rocky topographies have been originated because of the explosion of volcanic eruption and the upwelling of lava and magma. And it has a close connection with the Deccan Trap. So these areas are found to be in a higher temperature condition. Apart from that, the Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, those areas are not bearing the higher signature of the mangroves. It means the number of the mangrove density is found to be very less in the Andhra Pradesh and Orissa coastal belt. Now, if you come to the coastal belt of West Bengal, including Bangladesh, in that section, we are having a luxurious growth of the mangroves. Not only that, because of the presence of these mangroves, and the presence of the clay soil, the sea surface temperature of the adjoining areas are found to be very less. SST of these adjoining areas of Sundarban areas, including the West Bengal and Bangladesh portion, the sea surface temperature is found to be very less because of the two reasons. One is the mangrove, and another is the predominance of the clay soil. Now, since the sea surface temperature is found to be very less, and I have stated earlier that the sea surface temperature is a determining factor for the movement of the cyclone and the origination of the cyclone. So, if the sea surface temperature is found to be lesser near the coastal areas of the West Bengal and Bangladesh, particularly dominated by the mangrove vegetation, sea surface temperature will be lesser. So, it will not motivate the cyclonic storms to appear over this particular tract. So, this coastal belt of West Bengal and Bangladesh are to some extent safe from the cyclonic storms. The situation is very much unlike near the Myanmar. The Myanmar coastal areas are covered by the mountainous areas and not exactly by the clay soil and the mangroves. So automatically the sea surface temperature is found to be higher in the coastal areas of Myanmar. So that Myanmar area will be very much affected by the higher frequency and the higher magnitude tropical cyclones. And why not this Tamil Nadu section? Because the Tamil Nadu section, including the Sri Lanka, is less damaged and is less prone to the formation of the tropical cyclone because of the nearness to the equator. Because the because of the lesser Coriolis parameter value of in and around the equator, there will be very lesser chance of the tropical cyclone to affect these coastal areas of these areas near to the equator because of the lesser value of the Coriolis parameter. Okay. So our coastal areas are found to be very much prone to the formation of this tropical cyclone except the Tamil Nadu coastal areas. Thank you all of you for your patience.